Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss bourbon side hustles. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Bon Nieters and Kathy Poole.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hey, so we're going to be talking about bourbon side hustles today, and we'll talk about maybe ones we're involved in and ideas for other ones or maybe cool things we've seen other people doing. We'll get to that, though, after the break. For right now, Von Nieters said there's something you want to talk about. What is that, sir?
So this is a very important question. And I'm not talking about just anything. I'm talking about fast food specifically. Okay. What is your favorite fast food French fry?
Favorite fast food French fry. Okay.
And describe it too, like, because I know that everybody has their own preference on how they like their fries. So I want to know how they're perfect and from where.
Okay.
I have an answer.
All right, go ahead.
Right.
The curly fries at Arby's.
Arby's curly fries. Okay.
Really?
Solid contender. I like those.
Yeah.
Those are good.
They've got good flavor.
Yes.
Swirly.
Yes. Yeah.
They're good. I don't know how else to describe that for you, but they're
right.
curly.
Those are up there. Those are good fries. Except they are so crunchy and flaky. You can eat them and find pieces of them in your car like 3 months later.
3 months later.
They are messy.
But you know what? They're still exactly the same.
Yeah.
There's no mold. There's no decom.
They're going to be fine.
I'm like, I could eat this crumb and I'll be fine.
You'd be fine. Yeah. Now let's go to a little bit of an expert in this area, McNew.
I do love some fast food French fries. I will say my favorites are McDonald's, but with a caveat that I don't like fresh fries. If I'm behind somebody and they're like, "Can you make them fresh so they're unsalted?" I want to fucking kill that person. I hate them so much, and they ruin my whole day. Because I hate the fresh fries. I want them sitting there for a minute. I want them greasy and soggy.
Why do you have to eat them immediately then? Why can't you lay off them for a little bit and make them not fresh fries?
No, because I want them to sit there in McDonald's for a while. I don't want them in my cardboard container in my car new. I want the whole fry. And then they're like unsalted. So they have to give that person their special goddamn fries. And then mine aren't salted enough and they're horrible. And I hate that person so much. It's happened so many times.
This is exactly why I needed a description for the favorite fry.
Okay.
Salty fries.
McDonald's used to be the king of fries. I would say used to be. I think McDonald's used to be a lot of things, and there are none of them anymore. They used to be fast. They used to be cheap. They used to be, good. I would say they tick off none of those boxes anymore, unfortunately. I'm not a fan. I like their breakfast sandwiches. I go there and get a breakfast sandwich, but that's about it. I'm not. McDonald's is just. I don't know.
So, Steve, Burger King is like the king of breakfast. I freaking love some Burger King.
Maybe I need to go to Burger King. I don't really.
They got
There's one in Oakville where I live, but I usually on the commute to Arnold is where I'll stop, and there's not really a Burger King on the way.
You gotta get the little croissant sandwiches, and they have little round hash browns. BK breakfast is 10.
BK breakfast. Okay, I think I'm going to say two things. I think out of what would be the regular fast food restaurants, I think that probably Wendy's is the best. I like now because I think they cook their fries the right amount. I think they're the right size. I like theirs, but the fries that I really like the best. And some of these places, not all, but some of them have drive-throughs. A Steak and Shake. I like those fries. Those little crispy, salty sticks. The shoestrings. Oh, yeah. I love those things. Yeah, that's the best fries for me. But I don't know whether that counts as fast food or not.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's it. That's it. Then.
Answer you. If you go to one near here, you literally sit there for 20 minutes, and they're like, "Oh."
It's not fast, but it's considered fast.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, the good news is McDonald's is about that speed anymore. The McDonald's is not fast.
But I will
never
say
been to a McDonald's.
Consistent, like you're
never been to a McDonald's.
Slow McDonald's.
Slow McDonald's are all slow. I'll tell you. The only good one is the one in Arnold because they only hire old people. So old people, they're happy to have a job and they actually work where you get the kids. The kids don't care. They could give a fuck.
Which one? The one right by me?
You're not in Arnold though. So I would say the one by the barrel shop. Yeah, you're
one by the Cybergs.
Oh, by you guys. Yeah, no, that one's awful. That one's awful.
That one's great.
The one you get off at Richardson. That one's great.
No, I don't go down to that one. And the one in Oakville, terrible. That would be the one closest to me, really, but terrible. Don't go there. So, yeah. Well, that's what I would say. They're terrible. They're not fast. I'm telling you, when I'll go back to Kathy's era. Literally, when I used to go to McDonald's as a high school age kid, I used to go to McDonald's a lot at that age. They literally used to have a clock, and they would set a thing, and I forget what the time was. So you place your order, they hit a button, and I think they wanted to be under a minute, where you literally from the time you order it to that being on your tray and getting you the hell out of the way was 1 minute. They would set a 60-second clock, and they would pretty much land on that. They would be depressed if they didn't hit that number. So yeah. Yeah, think about it now. Is it ever a minute? I mean, I go to like to Royce's place. That's like the only restaurant in town, McDonald's. I'll go there and you order, and then you stand around for 15 minutes waiting for them to call your number.
That's the only restaurant in town.
I don't know what they're doing back there. I have no idea what they're doing. I hate to even think about it.
All understaffed.
Yeah,
I guess.
Well, nobody wants to do it. They don't care.
No one cares. Yeah. No one cares.
They don't care.
Yeah. All right. Well, where's the ultimate fries, Nieters?
Contrary to everything you just said, I'm also going to say McDonald's. Because
go ahead.
Because any fast food restaurant, you can't tell me that McDonald's, they are the closest to the same every time.
No.
They might mess up an order here and there, but not as much as every other fast food restaurant I've ever been to. McDonald's stays true.
No. Go to 5.
I go to McDonald's over any other fast food restaurant.
We'll do a challenge one day. If you want to do it, we'll do a challenge one day. We got to go. We'll map it out. You'll have to go to 5 McDonald's. I'll go to 5 Wendy's, and then we have to order an order of fries. We'll have to bring in the receipt to prove that we went to 5, and we'll bring them in, and we'll see what looks more consistent.
It'll take you a whole day to find Wendy's around here. So.
There's 5 Wendy's around.
Wendy's is always consistent. You know what you're going to get. McDonald's, I'm going to have a really fucking great French fry, or I'm going to be mad and want to throw them in the trash.
Yeah.
There's
not consistent at all. Idea though. Let's do this.
I do like
the fry challenge. The fry challenge. Are you up for the fry challenge, Von Nieters?
A bad McDonald's fry is not bad. All other fries, if they're not done right, they're bad.
Well, that's why you go to Wendy's. They always get them right.
An expectation for McDonald's, which is disgusting to most people, but it's how I want it. And when it's not that, my day is ruined. Like at least the Coke is consistent.
Good Coke. Runt.
They runt this. They runt it. Yeah. So I don't know. Well, coming soon, the fry challenge. Me versus Von Nieters. And we'll see. We'll have an independent judge judging for consistency. And we'll see what we got. I think you're going to find with that McDonald's ones, everything from raw to they look like they're translucent almost, that they're so raw to being super well done and to everything in between. So
you didn't let me finish on how I want them. I want a variety. I want a little bit of everything. I want the super salty ones. I want the hard crunchy ones. I want a variety. I want everything.
Well, you got to go to 3 McDonald's, and then you'll have that. But if you go to just one, they're all going to be raw.
I get it all in one. That's what I'm saying. It all comes in one thing. It's perfect. There's like 20% of the hard crunchy ones, about 25% of the soft ones, and then the rest are all perfect with the perfect amount of salt, cooked just right.
I would rank. What we said today, and we got 4 in. I would say that Steak and Shake number 1, Wendy's number 2, the curly fries from Arby's number 3, and McDonald's number 4.
Well, of course you're going to pick yours as the top 2.
Well, I'm just telling you that's the truth of the matter. Now go to 1986, McDonald's, 100%.
For all the listeners in the audience of 4 people who sat through this conversation about French fries, can you put a comment in about how Arby's curly fries are really the best? And
they are, because they're always consistent. They always have that perfect little crunch. They're always consistent. And if you get the Arby's sauce to dip them in, I like a sauce.
I like that too.
It's fucking good.
I like the Arby's sauce.
But when somebody says, "Hey, do you want to get some French fries?" Do you think of curly fries?
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
maybe though. But you don't just think of curly fries.
You didn't ask me what do I think of first.
But I'm asking now.
Favorite.
Yeah.
I'm asking now.
Okay, so here's the thing. I just found out.
New small talk.
We're moving on.
No, we're not, because I've never got a translucent fry from any of the other places other than McDonald's. I hate the translucent.
Bullshit.
All soggy.
You've gotten translucent fries from Steak and Shake.
No,
Steak and Shake has had some god awful fries.
They're always salty and delicious. And then I get the cheese I put on there, and I put ketchup.
They're never big enough.
Got to eat on the fork. Yeah. Oh,
I've had Steak and Shake fries that I swear they put out on the table, let them thaw out, and put them in the box. I swear. Awful. And you wait 30 minutes, too, in line to get it.
Yeah. Sure,
in your Frisco melt
that's
that's covered in a bucket of grease.
Yeah, it's fresh
Here's
for you.
The thing with fast food, I don't want it to be fresh. I know when I get in that line, what I am
she's in a cup.
That's what I do not want new food when I go through this line. I want it to be as gross as possible. That's why I'm here.
I took a shit in your fry container, lady. Sounds good. Sounds good.
But is it fresh?
Right.
We only have fries from yesterday, ma'am. Sorry.
I don't know what the fuck McNew's talking about. I gotta bring this back. It's like so fresh. I mean, come on.
No, I mean, I'm gonna be upset. I want it to be good. That's there for him.
The idea of this is the way someone thinks, I don't even understand.
Because I don't
and
have.
The thing is they're like throwing French fries away because they're past their age.
Right.
McNew would take all those.
You should start a deal with your local McDonald's and see if you can get all that stuff at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They throw it all away.
Yeah.
It's sad for those fries.
Bag of McDonald's fries.
I still don't understand why you can't just age them yourself. Don't eat it in the car. Eat it when you get home. That'll be nice and sit around a little.
I don't want to eat fast food in my house. I want to eat fast food in my car. Where
the McNew logic is just, I don't understand.
All over this topic. I had no idea this would go on like this.
Right.
This is not how I imagine this conversation.
It never is.
Wait, on the curly fries, are you dipping that Arby's sauce, which is a very thin sauce? Are you dipping that in your car? Because that's going to be everywhere. Oh my God. No, you can't do that in your car.
It has a little handle. It's the perfect size for dipping sauces. Didn't even know that when I bought it, but it's perfect. All the little things fit perfect in there. I can sit it there and dip while I'm going.
She already talked about she's got all the curly fry crumbs. Of course, she's eating them in her car.
Right. So this is just.
And this is one of the reasons why she drives so poorly.
Yeah, this is a public service announcement for someone who's that bad of a driver. You shouldn't be eating in the car.
Well, this is why she buys the curly fries.
Yeah,
pours them out, and then just snacks on them whenever because she doesn't want them fresh.
Dunking them in the Arby's sauce, it's all falling all over. And McNew is very put together. I mean, this is a woman who dresses nice and all that. This is a warning for anybody who's out in the dating world. I would say check your date's car. That's you. If you're thinking about taking this to the next level, I would look at the car first. That'd be one of the things you want to look at. Oh, yeah, I mean. I'm just saying.
So I will say that my husband absolutely calls me a goblin all the time. He's like, you have goblin behavior because like I have my car is a disaster. There's crumbs everywhere, and I don't open like when you get like a bag of cheese and it has that thing where you can reseal it. Never do it. I just fucking cut it apart because it annoys me that that's in my way. And he's like, this is goblin behavior. Why are you like this?
So why do you cut the?
That's awful.
Why do you cut the bag where you get rid of the Ziploc on the cheese?
It's annoying. It's so thin and the scissors don't like it, and I don't want to do it with my hands, so I just fucking cut it underneath it every time. And he's like,
does that mean you eat all the cheese?
Do you eat all the cheese, or what are you doing with the rest of the cheese?
Depends on what I'm making. No, sometimes I just roll it back up, and it's fine.
Does it get hairy and all that? Do you ever see that cheese has gone bad? It gets hairy.
And they're making science.
Cheese does not last that long in this house.
It's got hair. Yeah,
it does not.
You ever been lit and just decide you're going to eat some of that cheese and it's just everywhere? I
usually make
something. It's a go-to. I think.
Every time
this shredded cheese, this finely shredded cheese sounds like an awesome snack idea.
I've never done that.
Wake up, it's everywhere on the floor. And I get yelled at. I'll be like, "You must have done that. I didn't do that." Here's the thing: you always deny.
Put the bag in the microwave for 30 seconds and get a spoon. Then you don't have a mess. You just scoop out that gooey cheese.
What about the plastic melting out your cheese? This sounds like a cancer waiting to happen. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
If I had a chip or something, that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
I was gonna say I'll make like some nachos.
Yeah.
With the shredded cheese.
Maybe.
Put a little cumin on
in
there.
the microwave or in the oven.
Oh, in the microwave. I got time for the oven.
The oven's better.
With disgust. Why would I bake a nacho?
How unsafe!
So
I tell you what, I've been with real Doritos. I made some nachos recently with just shredded cheese, but put it in the oven, and some of them got dark fired around the edges of the Doritos. That's a thing that if I open a restaurant, I'd have dark fired Doritos on the menu. It'd be a snack you could buy. Oh my God, they were so much better. I was like, I got to figure out a way just to darken these things enough. Oh, it was the flavorful. Fantastic versus the regular.
You took a cocktail torch and just torched your Doritos.
I want dark fired Doritos. I invented something here. I gotta roll with this.
You can make those around the fire.
If you guys let me know if you see Doritos on sale anywhere for a good deal, let me know and I'm gonna come in and buy in bulk, and then I've got a new business. Dark fired Doritos. I'll see how long I last till they sue me. I mean, but still, it's an idea. All ideas got to start from somewhere. So there you go.
You can do it.
It's my Dorito side hustle. All right. It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with McNew. I don't think she started.
I might have. This is going to be a bottle kill. I have some Russell's 10.
Okay.
There's not a lot left in it.
She talked over her own. Anyway. She talked over her own.
Nothing was happening anyway.
And it was her best cork pop of the night. And she talked over it. So
there was maybe more in there than I thought. But
Cedar Ridge. This is a straight rye whiskey. So this is the barrel strength zesty caramel pick. Zesty caramel. All right. Ooh, pleasant. Nice. That was pleasant. Yes.
It was pleasant.
Yeah. All right, Evan, you're going to be next.
All right. I've got a Russell's Reserve Rye Single Barrel.
Okay. Copied off McNew. Oh. Well, there goes my pleasant one, you son of a bitch. He'll be off the shows. You won't see Evan on these things for quite a while. All right. Kathy, Von Nieters has the lead.
Well, I'm glad that I picked Bare Knuckle.
All right, Bare Knuckle.
I feel like you guys have been punching it out since we started talking.
Okay, no, not enough there. Not enough. You got as much desk as pop right there. So,
I felt like you had a weird echo. That would have been so good.
I heard an echo as well.
Yeah.
Seemed like it had potential, but it didn't feel like she executed it in the way it needed to be done.
You did have to lock the dogs out of the room and close the door, so I probably do have a more cavernous sound quality.
Yeah, sure. So, congrats to Von Nieters. Cheers, gang.
Cheers.
The guy knows his cork pops. He might not know shit about French fries, but he knows how. All right. What we'll do next, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about bourbon side hustles. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
This is also Freddie Mills going underneath the alias of Danny Kennard. You can find me on Facebook at any time. Just look up Danny Kennard, but I am Freddie Mills. Trust me.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking bourbon side hustles.
Yes, we are. And maybe Doritos side hustles too. Dark Fire Doritos, I'm telling you folks. Whew, that's a thing. Oh, I mean, the flavor, it was just incredible. Yeah.
That pair well with the dark fired MB Roland.
Yeah, I would. I don't even know if I could recreate it like I did. I mean, I caught lightning in a bottle one time. It was the right amount of heat, the right amount of minutes in there. Everything just came, preheated the oven just the right. I could try this again. I don't know if I could do it, but man, nothing
This
put on
had to
there.
be when the warden was out of town.
Yeah, that's what I ate. That was dinner one night. Yeah.
I was going to ask, was this like the perfect amount of litness also? So
probably.
Too sober or too drunk, it's not going to be as good.
I'm telling you, I was smitten with these things. I mean, I'm like, this is something people would order off a menu. This is my, maybe I'm going to have, because some place will bring bread. I got the dark fired Doritos I bring out. Hey, here, people will show up for that. They'll be just like, oh, I want the dark fired Doritos.
There's a restaurant based just on ranch dressing. You've got this.
I've got this dark fired Doritos. That could be my thing. Now there'll be some people just come in and be like, 2 waters, and we'll look at the menu, just bring us some of those dark fired Doritos. And then they'll get up afterwards and be like, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to go. So I'm gonna have to watch that closely, because there'll be people just eating the dark fired Doritos and that's it. So I'll probably hire Von Nieters for that. So he'll be in charge of making sure no one abuses the dark fired Doritos. Yeah. But other than that, I think I've got a good solid business plan. So, all right. Bourbon side hustles. We got to talking before the show. It's like 3 out of 4 of us have bourbon side hustles. I just have a series of them. I got all kinds of bourbon side hustles. That's all I've got. And I don't have anything that is like, I have nothing that compares to the salary that I was getting as a product manager for a large global company. But when you put the stuff together, that's what you have to do when you're doing side hustles. And especially when you're doing only side hustles, you got to do a bunch of different ones, and you just got to make it work. So Yeah, that's what I do. But yeah. So, Von Nieters, you have no bourbon side hustle. You're just you're a free agent.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about anything?
Oh yeah, it's crossed my mind. I'd love to get into the bourbon world and more than just a consumer and a fan, for sure.
Okay.
What if you made like a tiny bar and put tiny bottles of whiskey on it and then filmed your turtles sitting at the bar? Put that on YouTube.
I would watch this 100%. And but you have to make them have conversations. Like, remember, like when we used to play like Barbies and stuff, like they have to have conversations. Like Turtle A, like had a bad day at work. This one hates his wife. Like, you gotta like, I want
And
a bar.
at some point they have to kiss.
This is like Lego Movie, but with turtles.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The turtles are definitely there. There's revenue streams that can be generated. You just gotta,
But do I combine that into my bourbon side hustle, or do I keep that separately? Because that is its own side hustle.
Yeah. Or
You
hear me
can-
out, Evan. So KK knows people do places that do like yoga with goats. You could do yoga with turtles. People would love it. And then there's a distillery here that does detox to retox. So you'll go to yoga and then they give you a cocktail afterwards. So you could do yoga with turtles, cocktails afterwards. Boom.
Mm.
This Saturday morning, people will pay like $25 to go to this class. You can fill it with however many people you want.
But let's go back to this mini bar.
okay. Okay. Yes.
So you can get bourbon distillers to sponsor to get their bottle on the bar.
Oh.
And then they'd be like, I'll pay you to have my bottle on your turtle bar.
The turtle bar. Yeah. Yeah. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
The ideas are
I'll
unlimited.
toddle over to Turtle Town.
Yeah. Turtle Town.
Yeah.
That's going to be so cute. That's what you should call it.
Yeah, it's Von Nieters box turtle birthday parties. You know, you're bringing a bunch of different types of box turtles, and yeah, have the kids.
I've always thought it would be cool to like. I guess it would be kind of like a winery, but I'm not into wine. I would want it to be like whiskey or bourbon themed, but like have just a big property to where like you can just have people come hang out and drink and like, and then have like enclosures and ponds where they can go around and feed the turtles and drink and
See
hang
turtles,
out.
yeah.
This is a dream for me because we have this place in southern Indiana and I got to go pet giraffes earlier this year, but they don't have a bar because like no matter where I want there to be a bar. I want to have a cocktail.
Right.
If you could do pet an animal, turtles, whatever, and have a bar, that is a dream. I don't think for me. I think for so many other people. That would be
A food truck that has alcohol.
such a good day.
Right.
Such a good
Well,
You could
if I
just pull
started,
your
you'll have to
food
come out
truck
there because there's
alcohol.
going to be an ABV event. So
Yeah.
I
ABV coming soon. Yeah. So, I mean, Bourbon Side Hustles, obviously Steinkamp is the ultimate example of that recently. I mean, started his own brand, which is pretty cool. He had a good launch, and, you know, he's got his work cut out in front of him for sure. When you're building a brand, there's work to be done there. But he seems to be a hustler by
My
nature.
side hustle.
Right, I'm getting ready to talk about that. So yes, yeah. Let the man have his moment here. For God's sake, we have to interrupt. There's breaking news. We got to interrupt Steinkamp's moment.
About me.
KK. So yeah,
And his presentation was fantastic. I sat through 2 of them. He's killing it.
Yeah, he's got it down. He's good at that kind of stuff. I think so. I think he's going to do well with that. And Kathy, of course, has her own thing going. Kathy, as you foreshadowed there, what do you got going on?
Well, I can help people like Steinkamp get their whiskey into liquor stores, bars, talk to them, taste them out.
Yeah.
Maybe meet with the bartenders, staff, get them talking about it.
He needs to hire you because, you know, he's a staff of one that's doing that. I know he has some investors, but I don't think they're going to call on liquor stores and bars and all that. So he needs you just maybe more than anybody because he's also his own distributor. He can't be like, it's not taking foothold because of the distributor. He can't say that all because he's the distributor. So yeah. And again, I get it. He's going to be out knocking on doors, but he could also work with you to knock on some other doors. He could, and that's what you do. You're basically, it's basically like staffing, right? I mean, you'll do whatever a company needs, or whether it's the company itself or distributor, whatever anybody needs, you kind of fill in where, it's
That's the idea.
have somebody doing that kind of stuff. So yeah. Oh, he should.
So you're basically an extra hand that a company doesn't have that they can hire temporarily to help them out, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
But not
awesome.
necessarily temporarily.
Or yeah.
Put me on retainer.
Put her on retainer. Yeah, she already has 4 big clients. So yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
More on the way.
More on the way.
Yeah,
it's a cool thing.
2024. It's going to be fun.
Yes, it is. So that's good. That's good. And McNew's got all kinds of side hustles. And again, this shows you how it doesn't have to be definitely, directly bourbon related. She's a bourbon personality that allows her to gain interest in other things she does, like candles, which is, some of them are bourbon themed, but definitely that's the minority. I mean, for the most part, they're non-bourbon themed candles. And then writing books that combines multiple passions. They've got cocktail recipes, which you could say is bourbon related, but they're not all bourbon recipes either. So you kind of tie all that together, right, McNew?
Yeah, it is. So 2023 has been a weird year of me just being like, I had this idea, I'm going to put it in the world and see what happens. So I wrote 2 books. I have the Highly Spirited podcast too, which is like cocktails and creepy shit, ghost stories, which people are into. So I guess it's like a bourbon offshoot with the cocktails and stuff. And some of the audience went over there. But I think the books are more related to that because I have an astrology book and then I have a folklore book that pairs everything with cocktails. And the candles were just I wanted them for my house, and then it got out of control. So I opened an Etsy shop.
Yeah.
It's been doing a lot that does tie in together, but also doesn't. So I have a lot of offshoots happening right now.
Yeah. But they also kind of can feed one another too. That's what you always want when you put together multiple side hustles. Like someone who buys your candle, I don't know how you promote this or what you include in there, but you could promote your Highly Spirited podcast in that when you're sending it out. Hey, thank you for the purchase. Check us out. So you want to get it full circle where whatever you're doing is helping the other things that you're doing.
Yeah. Whenever I ship out an order, I made business cards that have the candle company, and then they put Highly Spirited podcast as well with my name on it. So when I do live events, I've met girls who are oh, you have a podcast too, and I'm like, yep. It's ghost and cocktails. So I've got some listeners from that. So I just kind of am I do all these other things also. And it's
right. Yeah.
My favorite side hustle, every month I really look forward to the paycheck that I get for being a guest on the Bourbon Daily.
Yeah. That's nice. That's
Me
nice.
too. It's great.
The income that comes in is nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
I can only imagine what McNew gets for having done 1,000 shows.
Oh, yeah. She's a very wealthy woman, as you can tell. Yeah. So, yes, side hustles. I mean, that's what I do. I mean, podcasts, books, movies. YouTube is definitely coming on stronger these days. So, you can get that going once you get the minimum requirements, which is 1,000 viewers, 4,000 hours of people watching your content, and maybe there's something else too. I don't know.
I think you're right though, Steve. As much as you can put out there, just put it out there, and it all just kind of amalgamates to being this is what I do. All the things.
It takes care of itself. So yeah. And the shop is just another one of those things for me. It kind of ties everything together and builds up a whole new audience. And then that's the great thing. The audience that we've gotten from the shop becomes the audience for the other things that I do. And that's why we have different generations in the ABV Network Crew Club because of the fact that people have found us in different ways. There's 3 different ways. The true media stuff that I do is Generation 1. The Generation 2 was the online stuff that I was doing during COVID. Then Generation 3, the people who found us during that, is the people who found us during with the barrel shop. So
yeah. So I love how it all comes together because there's no reason anybody in the shop should know me. I'm not from St. Louis or Arnold, but I can come in. They're like, oh, you're McNew, and it's so welcoming and so nice. And I'm like, you have no reason to know me, but I love it. It's great.
Yeah, well, it's fun, right? It's good. So yeah, the side hustles I don't like where the people will just take photos of themselves and post it, and that's their gig. Here's my Instagram account. Here's a photo of me holding a bottle. I'm in the bourbon biz. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
You're in the bourbon biz. Yeah.
Less and
So
less.
are flippers then, right?
Yeah.
That was a big thing for a while. The bourbon influencers, they get every new bottle. Let me ship you a bottle. They were all getting all kinds of shit. I think that is kind of going
starting to weed itself out. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, companies have realized you don't know shit. You're just here for the free bottles that they're not even drinking. They're never uncorked or unwrapped. Like,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not
Weird,
even
right?
appreciated. But I think that's leading in. Yeah, that's going downhill.
It's fixing itself. So yeah.
We didn't even talk about things like making soaps that have bourbon themes, or making furniture out of bourbon barrels. Candles.
We see how good Jim is at this stuff. I mean, Jim's making all these things out of staves. My God, he's talented.
That Christmas tree that he posted today.
That thing is fantastic. I want to buy that myself, and I feel like if I buy it, I just got to pay the retail price for it. But then I think he'd be pissed that I bought it. I want that in my house. I really do. That thing is really nice.
So he told me about it, and then like I envisioned it, but like seeing it,
it's cool.
A million times better than what my brain came up with. Like, it's so good.
And then he's like, well, I could make another one. I'm like, I kind of really like that one. There's a couple letters on there. There's an R on there on one of the staves. There's like a part of a U. So I guess it said bourbon, I guess, on the side of the barrel. But it was kind of cool. Yeah. I want that thing. If he's not working one day, I might just buy it and be like, someone bought it. Look, it's gone. Someone bought it. And then I'll ring it. I'll pay for it. I'll pay the price. But and
that would be perfect. I don't have a spot in my house to put a Christmas tree.
Right.
But the fact that is flat.
Yeah.
And you could still like hang little.
You could put things on there. Yeah.
Staves,
you got ornaments.
Lights around the staves.
You could. Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome. But that's just one of the things. He's doing a lot of kind of that stuff. I think he's bringing in some coasters and stuff like that. He's doing all kinds of cool stuff.
He is wildly talented, and he should be doing stuff like that because it's still fun for him. I think the thing about a side hustle is when it stops being fun, because you reach a point where it's like, I haven't made enough money to quit what I'm doing, and now it's no longer fun. Like that is line you got to flirt with, and it's like, all right, keep going. Somebody's going to buy it. I'm going to start making money, but it gets rough. He's good though. I think he's going to make plenty of money doing that, just because he has a great audience too. So he should do it.
Yeah, he definitely is talented. That's for sure. So Von Nieters, what sort of ideas, what type of things would you like to do if you could get in the bourbon industry?
I really like what Steinkamp is doing. I think that's a lot to take on.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think that's awesome. Other than that, I mean, kind of what I talk about is like, I mean, that's also kind of a long-term big thing, is having a property to like, I don't know if it's just like an event space or what, but yeah, something like bourbon themed that also involved like nature and stuff. I think would be up my alley, with like some place that you can also host events though, like anybody can rent it out.
Yeah. Could we do our s'mores and pours event there?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So what if the buying a property is a huge ordeal, and you probably have to get some licenses and insurance? What if you started like a mobile thing where you visit local distilleries? I'm going to bring my turtles in for a day. Can we partner and do special cocktails, and they can see my turtles? Like, I cool place to start.
The turtles to be safe. I picture drunk people doing
like
bowling with turtles.
Oh God!
I see that being too niche. Like, I don't think I would get enough people doing that.
But turtle curling. There's a thing here called like mobile menagerie, and they'll bring like horses and ponies and donkeys, whatever you want, to a birthday party. You could do that. Something similar. Like you rent parties or distillery things. I think that would be cool.
I like the event space idea.
Yeah. I think you need to get some Airstream trailers too, and then that's the fun. That's where the fun's at. You would have all kinds of people wanting to stay there. You get some Airstreams on the property.
Oh yeah, like the Airbnb, not really Airbnb, but similar. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that, and you just get make it where it's bachelor parties, bachelorette, hanging out, friends, and all that.
Yeah.
So
and then when it's not being rented out, just have it open to the public. It's just a bar. You can come hang out, whatever.
That would be super cool.
It could be. Yeah, very cool. Well, there you go. There's a couple ideas, bourbon side hustles. So there you go. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Von Nieters, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Find me on Instagram at Von Nieters, I before the E.
Kathy.
I am on Instagram at KKCastStrength.
All right, McNew.
Also on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. Well, it's got that company website, abvnetwork.com. You got to check that out. We have like 4,000 podcasts out there. There's so much content out there. So get in, dig in, enjoy some of that stuff. We've got some really great shows. So check us out at the ABV Barrel Shop as well. If you happen to be in St. Louis, we'd love for you to stop by, the place where you can try before you buy. We are online at abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theABVNetwork.
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.